that it never had to be this hard for us. Like, what do you mean in other countries they don't have to spend 20% of their paycheck on groceries? What do you mean in other countries everyone can own homes because they're not paying $2,000 a month in rent, or that their mortgages aren't like their entire paycheck?
Because that's by design. These are all manufactured problems. Y'all had to get on an app made by the Chinese to learn that. But when black people were trying to tell y'all this...
Dry up them fucking crocodile tears, Sarah. I don't care. I don't care. You know why I don't care? Because black people have been telling y'all for fucking decades. We have been protesting. We have been doing everything for all these fucking decades. And y'all have sat back and reaped the rewards thinking y'all was a part of the club because y'all was white.
You didn't have anybody to get the food. I remember 10 years ago, they were looking for workers to pick strawberries. No white people pick strawberries for any price. No price. No price.
Hey, white people, I heard them orange fields was open for y'all to go work now. They took all y'all's jobs, now they gone. Y'all jobs is wide open now. You about to go pick an orange? Somebody said you can't even last in the sun. Ooh. What kind of spirituals y'all about to sing? All them jobs is wide open for you, baby. Go get them. Y'all about to go clean them hotels. Y'all about to do all types of stuff. They get paid by the pound. Y'all gonna need unions, AC breaks, 15 minutes. Y'all gonna cook in that motherfucking sun. This what y'all voted for. This what y'all voted for. Oh, they was taking all the jobs. You should be rolling in the dough right now. All them jobs is open. All of them. Go get them. Go get them in the sun. I want to see y'all. I want to drive by in my shit and see y'all in the fucking field picking oranges. That's what the fuck I want.
Y'all remember when Trump was saying black jobs and that illegal immigrants are taking black jobs, and everyone was like, what's black jobs? Like, what do you mean black jobs? He was referring to the hard labor that the illegal immigrants were doing for pennies on the dollar.
Who are the suppliers behind Salomon, Timberland, New Balance, Adidas, Nike, la 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 la? First, Baotong Factory, one of the world's largest OEM sports shoe manufacturer. It is like a Foxconn in the shoemaking industry. During its heyday, it has over 100,000 employees in just one of its factories in Dongguan. What even surprised me is that it owns an independent brand called YY Sport. It's like a distributor for sports shoes like Nike and Adidas, same as like Locker in America and JD Sports in England.
So I'm guessing it's safe to say that China is currently winning this trade war. And all y'all motherfuckers that be out here when I was talking about reps and retail are the same fucking thing because they're coming from the same fucking place out there in China, y'all thought I was crazy. Y'all said I was making shit up. See, all those fake talking points that we've been using since the Cold War, about child labor, sweat, they don't do that shit. That's not how shit work over there. It's not. But, good old American propaganda, American exceptionalism, we just think we're the best over here. The whole time, we really the ones living in sweatshop. And it all got exposed to the average American when they did this TikTok shutdown. And everybody flocked to Red App, and we saw how bad we were living in poverty over here. They got high-speed rails, affordable clothes, affordable fucking food. You know what I'm saying? The affordable housing. Whole time, we over here struggling in the slums. Then we over here going band for band on this trade shit. And we losing. Because they've been doing it. They've been preparing for this moment for decades, bro. They've been aligning themselves with the global South to replace our American consumerism so they could take the brunt of this bullshit, and it's working. They're literally flying goods into Vietnam in order to avoid the tariffs because and they're getting their goods brought into Vietnam and then flying them from there to China to avoid some of that tariff shit. They have the logistical supply chain and manufacturing means to take the brunt of this shit and come out on the positive end of what we can know. So America's been, bullying people for the longest. It's not working right now. Then look what they did with I Show Speed. That's how they're getting the younger generation to see like, okay, we're not that bad. They got I Show Speed to come out there to China and basically give them free promotion for about 10 days. I think he used that 10-day visa-free shopping thing that they're offering, people to come out there and just buy stuff and see China. So we're losing socially, we're losing culturally, we're losing economically. The last thing that you can do is go to war. I'm telling you, it's coming, bro. They've literally eradicated poverty, damn near. I think 90% of their population is in the middle class. But then you got Americans that'll say oh, well, middle class for them is $15,000 a year. Yeah, but when their rent is $200, you know what I'm saying? Their food is $1. What are we really doing here? You know what I'm saying? They can live a comfortable middle class life on $17,000 to $43,000 out there. Meanwhile, you got people in America making well over 6 figures and live paycheck to paycheck. See, but that's what happens when you have unchecked capitalism and you allow corporate entities and CEOs to take over and, basically suck everything dry from the middle class, aka Reagan. This is when all it started, Reagan. Meanwhile, in China, their focus is the people. This is not vouching for them or any of that. It's just noticing the stark difference in between letting corporate greed and the dollar run a country versus people who care and understand the importance of supporting the people to get what you want.
China said, we don't care. United States, we do not care. Before we get into it, hey y'all, I'm Tabitha. If you've come across my video and are not subscribed to my channel, please click that subscribe button. If you've come across this video out there on my social media platforms, please make sure you hit that follow button. Yes, a representative from China was being interviewed from a news network, and they were discussing not being able to get the business from the United States. China said, we don't care.
China is fully prepared to fight to the very end because the world is big enough that the United States is not the totality of the market in the world. So if the United States wants to go in that direction of completely shutting itself out of the China market, be my guest.
Yeah, and China will lose the US market, which, as I've said, is 15%.
We don't care. We don't care. China has been here for 5,000 years. Most of the time, there was no United States, and we survived. And if the United States wants to bully China, we will deal with the situation without the United States. and we expect to survive for another 5,000 years.
Baby, I don't know what you expected to hear from me. I stand with China. Yes, we know China has some issues with anti-blackness and racism, but I stand with anybody that stands up to their attempted oppressor, their racist bully. Yeah, I'm going to support that. It's out there in the news. China owns the United States. China owns $761 billion in U.S. treasuries. If they call for that money, that would be a catastrophic financial loss for the United States, because there's ripple effects to that. There's ripple effects. It will completely tank the value of the U.S. dollar. Oh, so yeah, if China follows through on the rumor that they are looking to call that $761 billion, game over. Do I have any Chinese people that follow me? If I do, sound off down in the comment section. I'm trying to see something. Canada, hey peeps, elbows up. I stand with China, Canada, Mexico, Greenland, Panama. I stand with any of these countries that are standing up to the racist bullies here in the United States. Period.
They probably should have took this app away when they had the chance, because the Chinese manufacturers just hit them folks with the Uno reverse. And right now, the Chinese manufacturers are the best content on TikTok. They said, oh, tariffs, you say? Oh, okay. American people, y'all said y'all like New Balance, Adidas, Nike, bet. Oh, yeah, the manufacturer is such and such, located at such and such in Guangzhou. They do shipping within this time, and here are the products. I've seen the manufacturers for every brand anybody could possibly think of, from shoes and apparel to beauty products. One of the Chinese manufacturers said, oh yeah, you know how you pay such and such $100 for Chanel beauty products? Well, we only make them for $10. Listen, I don't know how this tariff thing is going to play out, but the way that the Chinese manufacturers are playing their hand, absolutely well done. 10s across the board. I told y'all in the years that I lived in China, I got everything under the sun because everything is pretty much made there. So to see people learning about the actual quality that's in China, because not everything is made cheaply, and learning about websites like Taobao, y'all better get to getting while the getting is good.
Have y'all seen the TikToks that China is putting out about all the secrets on how luxury items are made? And they're just slapping the names on it. Y'all, if you have not seen the TikToks that China is putting out about the things that are being manufactured in China and brought over to the United States of America, you should go and check it out. You should go and check it out. Trump, you should have left them alone. You should have left them the fuck alone. This is the fuck around and find out stage. They are through and they are spilling all the beans. Oh my God. Chanel handbags. Chanel handbags. Cosmetics. Skims. Y'all are done. Done.
Has taken off the gloves. They are not playing any games when it comes to the tariffs. They have been quiet long enough. They have cooperated long enough, and they are over. If you're on the side of TikTok, what I'm talking about, where you're seeing a lot of Chinese manufacturing companies saying, cut out the middleman, stop buying from Alibaba, stop buying from DHgate. All they're going to do is hike up the prices. Instead, buy directly from us. Hell, they're even saying don't buy from Nike.com because they're the ones making and they're the ones manufacturing the Nikes, the Air Jordans, the Jordans, period. If nothing else, they're just exposing the United States to say that the goods that we're buying from these companies that say they're made in Spain, made in France, made in India, a lot of the products that we're buying aren't. They're actually made in China. Even things like jewelry, where you go to like these big top name jewelry stores, they're using these fake jewelry readers to say that it's maybe real gold when it really isn't. Or maybe it really is, but it's just been made in China. They're even showing comparable electric cars that are comparable to Teslas. And they're stating that the cars are only $5,000. They're literally showing us how we have to pay so much money for things that they just have access to without breaking the bank. And over here, we have to literally put up a second mortgage just to have these high-end luxury items. Now, don't get me wrong. If you buy directly from these manufacturing companies that are in China, you're still going to have to pay tariffs. You're still going to have to, pay a pretty penny, but you're cutting out the middleman because they want to get their money too for advertising the product. So you're not going to have to pay them, but you will have to pay tariff taxes regardless. But y'all, it's getting really ugly, but I love being on this side of TikTok.
Have you guys seen the different videos from China? The China manufacturers? They are putting out what it costs to manufacture things in China. From designer clothes, designer bags, etc. The United States slapped 125% tariffs on China. China turned around and slapped 125% tariffs on the United States. But on top of that, they are allowing their people that manufacture things for the United States to put videos out, to put lives out on this app, detailing and telling the American people how much things cost to be manufactured in China. Even a live I saw stated that they would send this stuff directly to you. China is not playing. I guess this is what happened when you poke the bear. There's an old saying. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
One of its factory in Dongguan. What even surprised me is that it owns an independent brand called YY Sport. It's like a distributor for sports shoes like Nike and Adidas. Same as like Foot Locker in America.
Y'all sorry sons of bitches owe me a fucking apology. I made a video about a month ago talking about all the shoes I got from factories overseas and how I spent a quarter of the price, and y'all were saying I was fake and I'm just, buying fake shoes and yada, yada, yada. Now China's saying, yeah, motherfucker, the shoes that you get from Foot Locker come for our factories and you're paying for overpriced shit. Like I fucking said. Check this shit out. I'm wearing my SB Dunk Shark 2s. These cost me like $35 from a fucking factory in China. StockX is selling the same fucking shoes that I got for $40 for $322. And the thing I don't understand is when people say, oh, these are the real ones, but the ones I have on are fake. How do you, what does it mean to be fake? Because when it comes down to it, a lot of y'all think if y'all buy it from certain places, oh, that legitimizes it. But y'all don't fucking realize the way this shit works in America, the reason why they have these big brands and big labels and shit like that is for you to think they're legitimate when they're really fucking not. Just think about it for a second. If these shoes that I have on, if the same fucking big ass companies can get it from overseas, I paid $40. Let's say hypothetically, because it's buying them in bulk, they can get it for $20. Why would they have their own separate factory to do all their own separate shit if they can get the same products for half the price that I already paid or that they're already selling them for? That doesn't make sense. I guess people think that they have these specialty factories or these specialty places that they get the stuff from. No, why would they do that? Why would they spend more money to have their own stuff when they can just pay a quarter of the price at a fucking factory and fucking charge 1,000% for Americans and then we'll pay for that shit? Y'all can try to be elitist all you want to. I got plugs that I can get everything I want. I guess about a handful of shoes I'm going to get, then I'm done buying shoes. But I saw fucking motherfuckers on here that were selling fucking Tide Pods. Motherfucker, I'm about to spend $200 and buy Tide Pods and never have to buy laundry detergent again. So y'all can be fake elitists all you want to and fucking spend 1,000% over market price for shit so you can have the legitimate stuff. Me, look, I'm getting my shit direct from China and I'm loving it.
So while everybody's excited about learning about these Chinese manufacturers and these vendors, there's something very important that everybody needs to know. And as y'all can see, I do not gatekeep. I lived in China for years across 2 cities and traveled to well over a dozen cities in China. And while I am all for us fighting the power against American capitalism and the overall cost that a lot of folks have been paying for some of their favorite products from some of their favorite brands, recognize that a lot of these vendors are set up for brand, meaning that they are looking to provide services to people that need a multitude of products. What does that mean? A lot of these vendors are going to require something that is called an MOQ, which means minimum order quantity. So while you may want to just order your favorite athleisure outfit or maybe 2 or 3, they are going to be looking for people that are looking to buy 100, 500, 1,000 of a product. Now, if you're going to places like the Yellow app, you're able to buy one of your favorite style of shoe, jewelry, bag, and other types of apparel. So don't get discouraged, because this is also a time where small business can go up. You can become the neighborhood dollar store. You can become the neighborhood hair lady or beauty supply store.